right, everyone. So you've just learned how to do it panel by panel, which is perfectly fine. But what we also want to do is how do you actually physically fold it back into place? So the way I'm going to start this off is if you guys happen to have finished it, I urge you to just I never like to delete anything if I'm actually working on a project. So I think you should group it and put it to the side in case anything happens to your file. Make sure you save. But for me, real quick, I'm just going to do Control Z back to its original position before I show you the alternate option of orienting this cube. Okay, so like I said, we have 0, 3, 1, and 2, right? So that means that with the 0 point being down here at the bottom, that this is the bottom of our cube. However, this is the bottom of our cube in the opposite direction, because where this is folded up to, and let me just grab these two things. So I'm going to group these real quick, or I'll real quick join them so that you just see what I mean. Just watch, don't follow along. Okay, orient 3-point. I take this group of surfaces. So now I'm just looking at two of them here. And I select the objects to orient, and I go from this side to that side to that side. And I know that it's going to go from here to here to here, and the bottom side goes with it. But the bottom side needs to then fold upside down to meet it. So if I'm going to group all of these together and start off with a particular location, you can start anywhere. My thought for you to start here is to start with actually placing your cube on top of the pattern and then begin folding it up. But it's backwards. We need to rotate and flip this thing over. Just like you're taking a sheet of paper and you're putting it face down in the copier, right? We need to do that. So I am going to select all of my surfaces only. So I'll deselect that and, oh no, you know what? I'll just grab each one individually. Oops. Okay, so we happen to have here, the gumball has the rotation feature. And so for us, we want to just kind of flip it over this way. So I'm going to click on the red one and say 180. That's just a direct flip. And it does that. So now you're seeing, and if you really want to, you can flip this as well. So let me flip that so you can really see what's going on, and move it back over top. Now you can see our 0 is properly oriented to flip this surface up onto the cube. Okay, so I spoke a lot, but conceptually all I did was just flip our pattern over 180 degrees. So now we can take our cube, and I'm just going to move it from here to here, and the folding process can begin. So I'm going to take my group now of these tags. I don't need them because all of my surfaces are in their proper orientation. But we need to know, how do you flip it up? Okay, so to flip it up, we need to orient the rotation. It's called Rotate3D, I think. Let's find out. Rotate3D, that's what we want. So it asks you for the start of the rotation axis. I'm going to say from here, the end of the rotation axis, which is here. It's basically, where's the start and end point of the fold line? Angle or first reference point. So you can, is it going to let me snap to that? I don't think it will. Oh, okay, so it needs to be planar. I see what's going on. It needs to be planar with the orientation, so it'll be at a 90-degree angle. That's why I can't go back here, because that's out of a 90-degree angle. Does that make sense? that to that, 90. So if I click here, I'm going to rotate it up, and it's going to land about there. But the good thing about that is that with the intersection object snap on, it will snap to that point, I think, unless I'm going to make a fool of myself here. But click, and I can flip it up to there. And you click. And now that's folded into place. So after that, the only thing you need to remember, and yours might be slightly different, but if you have multiple surfaces that you need to rotate, make sure you select all of them. Otherwise, they're no longer in the correct orientation for the next fold. So I select all of these, I say rotate 3D, go from here to there, select that edge, rotate it up, snap to it. Then I can select these three surfaces, do the same thing, up to here, go down to there, take this one, I'll make it easy and I'll pick this one that's in plane, so I'll say rotate 3D from here to here, start from that point and go down to that, and now I've got one more surface to go. This one, I start from here to there, grab, oh, that one's way off plane. That's okay. And I rotate around and I snap to that. And it's all done. It's a super fast process. So I'm going to move that box out of the way, and here we are. Join it. Now I have my dynamic pattern fully mapped across the surface of that cube. And all I had to do was just copy and paste it in the top view. Okay, so it looked like I did a lot, but I really didn't. All I did was rotate my whole pattern 180 degrees over, and then I used Rotate 3D a whole bunch of times. So what questions do you have? Okay, great. So, well, let's get to a point where we've got this fully modeled, and then I'll tell you what kind of product I'm looking for the assignment.